Meditation Channel Media Masters. Firstly, I would like to take my bow to beloved Guruji, Patriji Garu. On the occasion of PLC 1 year anniversary celebrations, we are having our guest over here, Gaurav Paliwal from Toronto, Canada. Let us all welcome Gaurav sir over the stage. Namaste, sir.
Namaskar, Swatiji. Namaskar, everyone.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah. Sir, since when did you start your meditation, sir? When did you got introduced to it?
So, meditation, my journey goes back a long time ago. It actually took place in steps. So, first I came in contact with yoga, and because yoga does include everything, so that was my starting point about 30 years ago with all the kriyas and yoga itself. But at that time, pranayam and meditation was, you can say that I didn't get into. So that happened in 2018. And so 2018, I went to Coimbatore Isha Foundation. That's when my first Omkar meditation kind of, I went through it, learned. But because it was just a one-day event, to get into such thing, you do need more time. So in 2019, I got into inner engineering where I did 1 week course. From Canada, I went to India just for that. So 1 week, but what I did was I had one naturopath doctor because it was in Kerala, Kochi. So in the morning, I was with the naturopath doctor getting into again yoga, kriya, pranayams, and in the evening we were having classes for inner engineering, which is also a combination of these things. And then it really picked up. So since 2019 February, when I went through this, since then I'm following meditation every day, of course, whether it is once or more than once in a day, depends. And since then, I've seen the power of meditation, and that's has been my introduction. Now, after learning this, because actually I went there to help someone in the sense of, one of the close person to me that, okay, we'll do it together. But after 6 months of that, I was diagnosed with my stage 3+ cancer. And at that time, when I went through this, I had no idea this is already in. So you see that how the universe plays game. It was actually not to help someone else, but to help myself. And then I was getting into my treatment. I got to know about Anapanasati specifically because my sister, she goes to every program of PSSM with Patriji. She used to go to whether it's Ladakh, whether it's Rishikesh. And so she introduced me to Ayappa. She sent me even a pyramid at my home here in Canada. She just FedExed. And she introduced through one more master who then just introduced Anapanasati. So since that was the time it was new, so obviously I continued both my allopathic treatment and the meditation along with my inner engineering. So of course, that time I was doing like 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, long hours. And the same time, I got introduced to Dr. Joe Dispenza. So I did one of his 3 days workshop, and he has his own style, but doesn't matter. The breath work and meditation remains the same, whichever way you do it. So that has been my journey. It's a combination of everything, but what it helped me was understanding the basic, understanding how it works, understanding the fundamentals behind the meditation or breath work or any of these things, which we call as a big umbrella spirituality.
That's nice, sir. So what did you experience, any of your experiences via meditation? What did you undergo? Can you please share to our viewers, sir?
Yeah, sure. Because as I mentioned, my idea was because it was happening at the exactly same time. So I said it's not appropriate to stop my allopathic. So I will do parallelly anything. So I went through my radiation and then supposed to be surgery and chemo. So I went through the topics like affirmation, visualization, and all those things. And as I was introduced that this is affirmation, and being an engineer, I wanted to know more. Okay, tell me the steps. Just don't say have a sentence or this kind of thing. So my affirmation was that I cannot see the tumor. And the idea of my medical team was to shrink it and then go for surgery. And my affirmation was that I cannot see it so that I don't go for any surgery or chemo. Uh, and after the radiation, when I went with my surgeon for the scan, they put the camera and they see it, and they couldn't see a tumor. Tumor was totally gone, flat. So I was like, his own words were, "Oh, this is 1,000 times better." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm done. I'm going out." But the surgeon, being a medical team, they said, "No, no, no. We still will do the remaining two part because its root may still be there in your tissues. We don't know that." And then I realized my choice of words were good, but maybe not good enough. What I chose was I just cannot see it, which I could not because it was totally gone. And they were only expecting reduction in size, not that it will be gone altogether. So that was my first major. And then there were many, many during the course. So I went through all three, but I didn't had any side effect of anything. So I was going on my own. I was driving, I was going, commuting back and forth. No side effect. I didn't take any. They give anti-nausea, anti-this, anti-that, all kind of meditation or medication when you go through these treatment. But I had no side effect of anything, and I did not take any of those allopathic things.
Wonderful, sir. That's an amazing experience. Next, did you conduct any Zoom sessions or channels, sir?
So Zoom sessions, like from my own understanding, first, you start sharing uh, with the family, right? And that is where first I was having regular weekly Zoom sessions with my, closest family members in India or US, and of course, me here, because you want to spread the wisdom. You want to spread that, hey, don't wait, do it. Don't wait for any problem to arise and then get into it. So then my brother told me that, hey, I've been told for years that do meditation, but the way you explained it really makes sense. And he started doing it. So that really clicked me. And professionally also, in communication training and all, we make PowerPoint presentations. So then I started making PowerPoint. Before I forget, what did I learn? Because I was researching when I was off for 1 full year. I was doing 12 hours of research. I was getting into the scientific technical papers. Many doctors from Harvard, from California, there are different institutes, the world class, or here itself in Toronto. And I was putting things together that even like we say, a 5th grade student should be able to understand something very simple and understanding do and don'ts. So by my own experience, if I would have a choice of words, so what are the do and don'ts when if I explain to someone how to do affirmation? So that's how my PowerPoint started. That's how my learning from these topics, including diet. That's when I got into Ayurveda because that's thousands of years old wisdom, which tells the same thing. 6 reasons of your illness. Number one is your thought. Number two is lifestyle. And in lifestyle, there are many factors. So then from there, the PowerPoint, and then I started sharing on a weekly basis, on regular basis. And then the community kept growing with whom I was sharing.
What's your Zoom channel name, sir, when you were conducting the name of the channel?
So the channel that we have, there are two actually. One is quantum meditation, which is for primarily youth. And then there is another one, which is breath is my anchor. So these are the two channels. And now that I have these things, so I started working with some other groups as well. So other than having just my own. So for a very long time, and during this time, I got in touch with Dr. GK. So spiritual tablets, I went through the whole course. In fact, when he was doing the first batch here in Canada around 2020, and then there was like spiritual tablet US. So I was with that group for about 2 years. So every Wednesday I was sharing my one topic. So every week will be a different topic. Whatever I research in the week, I was sharing. So that went on for 2 years. So like hundreds of different topics and sharing that how it works, what is the quantum physics behind the thoughts, behind the breath work, behind meditation. So it makes it easier for people to understand. Then Dr. Ranjan approached, and I was fortunate work with PMC Gujarat. It went on for I think year and a half and all different topics. And I did a lot of different workshops with, as I mentioned, Joe Dispenza. Then there was Greg Braden. Then Soul Plan. I had two workshops with Robert Shaw's. So based on those learning, I kept sharing in these different groups. So youth, I specifically like because if they learn, they will not see doctors or hospitals for their life.
True, nice. At what year did you start this Zoom session, sir?
I started in 2020 itself because what had happened is during my treatment itself, I went to Tennessee and I did my Shunya, the advanced meditation. So a lot of things were happening around same time. So there was a lot of learning as well. And I started, as I mentioned, with my family first, 2020, and then with the other groups as we grew in PSSM was primarily, then PSSM Africa, PSSM UK. So different groups as they were inviting, and I was sharing this so that the more people know, the more benefit people can get.
Beautiful, sir. So areas of masters involved, or which areas or which places from
Actually, in my sessions, like pretty much all 5 continents, I've because some people they approach me one-on-one, probably after knowing me or hearing those recordings or sessions. So from Australia to Africa, Europe, of course, North America, both. So like like one example, I was going for one uh, event in US to Florida, and my taxi driver was from South America. And you start talking, and he was not depressed but kind of the usual people go through the life issues. So same, I share, hey, here is the link, join, and he joined. So this way, it doesn't matter who, whether through me personally or through someone, people keep joining. Now in the list you may see 200-300 people, but if in a session there are only 5 or 6, doesn't matter to me. Even if there is one person, I will not cancel any session. So every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, Canadian time is the channel that we have. Breath is my anchor. So we do meditation, and Sundays, one topic, wisdom sharing and Q&A. And the other dates, depending on who requests, we have other sessions. I work with PSSM Global as well. We just finished emotional baggage session, which was for over 9 weeks. So that was to bring all the topics together. So this way I approach basically depending on the need of the group. People contact me one-on-one, whatever I can help, I do that as well. And because last year I went for 3 weeks to Kerala, again, Ayurveda. So I did my detox and rejuvenation. So I stayed there in a clinic and went through all that. So I know the power of Ayurveda myself. And I could improve my own physical, mental, emotional, all three elements of the health. And that's what I share. So not just meditation, just do it, but the impact. And if you do it over a period and if you maintain, you can really change anything, whether what you want from life or health-wise, both ways.
So far, how many programs have you run, sir? Like how many activities has been done till now? Around
See, if we count as a weekly, then it will be like hundreds or thousands because the different sessions. Because as I mentioned, like 2 years, we had Spiritual Tablet US, we had with PSSM Gujarat or others. But if you count them as a group, then yes, even the PSSM in Toronto, Ontario, we have a group here. We do meet like new moon, full moon, or we had last year first annual our event, those kind of things. So wherever I leave it to the universe where it attach. Like recent one, I joined Dallas as a participant, right? But that was just my wish and left it to the universe. Because when Paripatri came to Toronto in our event, she said, you have to come to Dallas. And I didn't know how it will happen and, working middle of the week or what. I said, it's up to the universe, and it made it happen. So that's how I work. I leave it to the universe, and the energy takes me there.
That's nice. So, further, do you have any ideas or goals to be done via Zoom?
Yes, there are two things. And one of my affirmation in the last 6, 8 months was that I wanted to do one-on-one, like means in person. One-on-one means in person. So because Zoom is of course great, you can, as I said, all 5 continents. I never thought in 2 years ago that I'll be able to connect to and help people. So I wanted to put things together that individually topics good, people, you know about something, you feel good, but do you really get benefit? Because that is the bottom line. And that's why this program came, which was emotional baggage from PSSM Global. So Anu contacted me because Anju, sorry, she wanted to do a program, and Puri just said, hey, contact Gaurav because she has seen one of my presentation in the event here in Toronto. And that's how that program came into existence. So that kind of program I want to do more, which becomes like a package. So my next goal is, again, to the universe, my formation is 2-day event in Toronto in person. And of course, right now it's Toronto, but not limited to anywhere where I can travel and I can go because 1 hour, 2 hour, it helps, but then there is a gap of a week. Your energies, your focus, everything dissipates. When you do a 1 full day, 2 full day, eventually 1 week long event, that is my goal.
Beautiful, sir. I wish all your goals should reach to good heights. And next, through Zoom, are we reaching the public needs, and what are your observations over it?
See, Zoom, the best part is anyone, anywhere, anytime. I may be traveling, I may be somewhere in a situation I cannot keep my camera on, but I can listen if I'm driving, for example, or I'm in a situation where, okay, but I can at least listen. So something is better than nothing. So that way, Zoom has really connected the world like never before. It absolutely doesn't matter person is in my own city or in different continent. Absolutely doesn't matter. So that has really helped people to gain wisdom. Otherwise, it was not possible to listen to such great masters, listen about small thing which can make big difference in your life. So Zoom has really helped tremendously.
True, sir. And what is the difference between the offline classes and online classes? So far, your observations about it?
Now that's a good question because there is no comparison. No comparison. And the reason I say this is the biggest difference is Zoom, if the person is totally dedicated, can make it happen as if you are physically there. But in-person session, the probability and the percentage of people who are in the moment listening to you, not hearing, because hearing you can do anywhere, but listening means I'm not only hearing, but I'm registering. That is very high. So that is why I wanted in person. And I just had one of the temple here, Hanuman temple in Ajax. They approached me that they were looking for someone who can teach meditation. And so they found me through another PSSM master. She informed them, hey, he's the person. And then we got connected. And now, first, when they started, there was only one person registered. We delayed by a week. There were 21 people. and in person, late in the evening, 8 o'clock, coming to the temple. And then they started calling whosoever they know. And now, so we had our 9 week, which went on to more couple of weeks because everybody was interested, and we'll start again now the second batch kind of thing somewhere in next year, early next year. So in person, the impact is tremendous.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. And lastly, as it is occasion of PMC 1 year anniversary celebrations, would you like to deliver a message to our viewers, sir?
Absolutely. This not just channel, but the people, because channel is nothing but the impact of the people and the masters that are associated with this channel. And the whole initiative is really, I have no words to, show my gratitude, because connecting not just a person or a country or a city, you are connecting the world. Your last event where, you just connected overly, like 15 minutes, and going through the whole world, time zone by time zone, connecting different masters. Really, you have shown the world is flat. The world is not more than an arm's length distance. You can just knock the door, connect to anyone, depending on your need, depending on the topic. So you have really shrunk the whole world. So really, koti koti pranam to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That was a wonderful message, sir. Thank you for your lovely presence over here. Thank you once again, sir.
Thanks for having me, and namaskar, everyone.
Mahano